This is a major development. Yesterday, a report came out indicating that Cam Payne was going to play significant minutes off the bench for the Knicks. However, after roster projections have been taken into account, an NBA insider today now reveals that that report is incorrect. And actually, Tyler Kolek is going to be one of the lead guards off the bench. We're going to break down these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Tyler Kolek is set to be one of the main guards off the bench for the Knicks. Now, everybody can't get every single report right. The good thing is, though, if you say something or you report on something and it turns out to be incorrect, the best thing you can do is update your report, state that, and then say what the correct report is. And that's exactly what Ian Begley did in the following updates that we have for you guys. Because according to his reports, Cam Payne, who originally was thought was going to play significant minutes off the bench for the Knicks, doesn't seem like that's going to be the case anymore, but that's because of Summer League and Tyler Kolek's strong play. Let's take a look at the following reports here. According to Begley, I said I thought Payne would get significant minutes next season. Turns out that, based on current rotation projections, I was wrong. Before we get to that, I just want to touch on my answer in the mailbag. I thought Payne would get rotation minutes off the Knicks bench because I knew they had interest in Tyus Jones. Jones would obviously get significant minutes with the Knicks if he signed here. So I assumed that the Knicks would have a similar plan for Payne. That assumption was wrong. This is where things stand with the projected rotation coming out of Summer League. Rookie Tyler Kolek is currently the backup point guard ahead of Cam Payne, per people familiar with the matter. The Knicks were thrilled to get Payne last week. He signed for the vet minimum. At the moment, though, he is viewed as the third lead guard behind Kolek, who had a very strong Summer League. Will Kolek be in Tom Thibodeau's rotation? I don't know the answer to that question. You can certainly pencil in Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and the Knicks yet-to-be-named backup center into Tom Thibodeau's rotation. Based on current projections, after the Payne signing, Miles McBride is in the Knicks' regular rotation. So to play Kolek, Thibodeau would need to expand his rotation to 10 players. To be clear, the above is based on where things stand coming out of Summer League. This can obviously change based on a player's performance during training camp/preseason. Shout out to Ian Begley for giving us the following updates about the Knicks and what they're going to do with their guard depth coming into next season. And I got to give credit where credit is due here. Begley didn't have to do that. He didn't have to update his report, but he did. He admitted he was wrong. He admitted that the assumption he had about Payne was incorrect, because just because they were going to do that with Tyus Jones does not mean the same is going to be true for Cameron Payne. But you can understand why Begley jumped to that assumption. But he clarified everything in this following report, and he stated, off the bench, Tyler Kolek is ahead of Cam Payne. He is ahead of him in the guard depth, and that's very good for Tyler Kolek fans. It made me very happy to hear about this report, because even though I understood the initial report about Payne getting significant minutes, it's not what I wanted. I wanted Deuce to play significant minutes. I wanted there to be a possibility, a way for Tyler Kolek to play some minutes. And now, given this report from Begley, it looks like a door of possibility is there for Kolek to get those minutes. He just has to continue to show out in training camp, show out in preseason, and do all the things we saw him do during Summer League. He was showing out. His passing game is very good. He can shoot the three ball very well. He can control an offense very good as well, too. So if you're ever worried about Jalen Brunson and him needing a rest, and let's say you're down a couple of guards, you can put Kolek in and have the confidence that he can stabilize the offense and let JB rest for as long as he needs to before he can come back into the game. Kolek gives you that level of advantage that the Knicks never had before. And he's a rookie, and he's giving you this. And he's a second-round pick, and he's giving you this. But the Knicks have a lot of faith in him. If they didn't, they wouldn't have paid him the most guaranteed money, the most money they could have given him in terms of a second-round pick. Guaranteed him $6.6 million. There's a reason for it, and you saw it on full display, or at least in some instances at full display during Summer League. Love Kolek, love his game, love the flashes that I saw in Summer League. This kid is only going to get better and better and better. And the more he develops, the more he gets better on defense, which is the only thing holding him back right now, in my opinion. If he can get that defense right and he can continue to do what he's doing on offense and passing that ball, he is going to be one of the best players coming out of this draft. Talk about a steal. This would be a monumental steal if Kolek turns into what I think he can turn into, an all-star. He has all of the tools, every single skill set you need to turn into an all-star. He just has to put it all together. And I think he can do so for the Knicks in the future. But the future is where I see him playing in. Because even though the Knicks have this many players and potentially they could go to that 10-man rotation, maybe they will next season. In my opinion, just because he's a rookie, you're probably going to see Tyler Kolek play most of his time in the G League next season. And it hurts my heart to say that because I wish he could get more minutes coming off of the bench. Maybe he will, but at this point, it doesn't seem likely. If anything, it looks like he might go the deuce route. A lot of time in the G League, sometime in the NBA, work his way up, get better on defense, and then hopefully work his way into the rotation and stay there. That's exactly what happened to Deuce, though obviously a lot of things had to happen in order for Deuce to get his shot. Trades had to happen. A couple of other players had to be injured. A lot of things. But eventually it worked out. Deuce showcased what he can do. And now a lot of people don't want to move on from Deuce because they see his value, his impact, and what he means for the bench unit. And I think Kolek coming off the bench is very strong for this team. But they're going to have to make it work the right way. You don't just throw him out there and see what he can do caught in the fire. You make sure he's confident. You work him into the rotation, into the lineup. And then once he's there, you give him consistent minutes. If Tom Thibodeau can allow him to grow and develop in that way, he is going to develop into a star. Mark my words. That kid has star written all over him. Give him a few years and you're going to see him develop into one. But hearing these reports from Bagley today really made my day. Kolek was impressive in the Summer League. He's been impressive. Everything he does just looks effortless, but it's not. It's not easy, but he makes it look easy. It's not easy to get others involved, but he makes it look easy. And did you notice when he's passing the ball, when he's getting others involved, when he's moving the ball a lot, it's contagious. Everybody else on the floor does the exact same thing. And then what happens? Everybody feels hype. Everybody feels like they're going to touch the ball and they have an opportunity to score. And when you have that on the floor and you created that as a point guard, that is lethal. One of the best things you can do as a point guard is give your entire team confidence to think they're going to get the ball at any time and they have the ability to score it. So while it is exciting to hear that Tyler Kolek is going to be one of the main guards off the bench for the Knicks next season, it honestly doesn't give me a lot of hope that he's going to play still, because even though that's the case, Tom Thibodeau is only going to run out a 9-man rotation. If he expands it to a 10-man rotation, then and only then will I have more faith and confidence that potentially Kolek or even Cam Payne will see the floor for the Knicks. But as of right now, I see Kolek playing a lot of his time in the G League. And maybe, depending on injury, if somebody's out because of sickness or whatever the case may be, maybe at that point in time, Kolek gets called up and then he joins the roster. And maybe at that point in time, we see him play some legit actual NBA basketball as a New York Knick. Not in Westchester, actually as a New York Knick. I would love to see that. Maybe it happens this upcoming season, but I think we're going to have to wait and see how Tom Thibodeau responds to Tyler Kolek. If we know anything about Thibs, he likes to play vets or players he knows for a lot of years over these young rookies. It doesn't mean rookies don't get a chance. It just means it's a little unlikely. But Kolek, with that chip on his shoulder, the way he can shoot the ball, the way he can play make and get others involved, maybe Tom Thibodeau makes an exception here and he gives Kolek more minutes than we're accustomed to seeing Thibodeau give a rookie. All eyes are going to be on that situation headed into next season. But as of right now, I am so hyped. We got very amazing, great rookies on this roster that we're going to develop for now and in the future. We have a championship squad at the moment, and we are still not done making moves. As we continue to make moves, we are going to be an even better team headed into next season. And honestly, that makes me so hype. But what about you guys? What do you think about the following news that Tyler Kolek is going to be one of the main lead guards off the bench in front of the newest Knick, Cam Payne? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.